Hello, everybody. Welcome to Strawberries and Coffee. So, if you don't know, my name is D Mustard, and today I'm just going to be discussing episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Marvel's What If series on Disney's Plus, streaming now. So, just wanted to iterate that I just got through setting up my Facebook page, so beyond me streaming on Twitch and posting up my streams the day after on YouTube, I'm going to be doing little bits like this just for fun, to express my journalism voice on how I feel about certain things and things I'm also interested or things you might be also interested in. So, hey, thank you for joining me with this journey. Thank you guys for the support, and I can't wait to get more content out there like this for you. So, I'm gonna jump right into it. In the background for my green screen, this is the What If trailer. So I don't own any of the rights to this footage or anything. I'm just borrowing it as a background, just for entertainment value instead of just having like some plain Jane background, while I talk, just to kind of get some, entertainment value out of this. So let me let's start it. And for other reasons, and making sure I don't get in trouble for copyright issues, the song, the instrumental that's playing in the background, is a song or instrumental from artist named Mike Shinoda. This song is called Session Face. So I'm just throwing it out there. I don't want the rights to this footage, this music, none of that. I'm just using it to help me add some entertainment value to my video, and that's about it. I'm not trying to make no money or nothing off of anything I do not own. So let's get into it. So Marvel What If series is an animated series on Disney Plus, as you already know it. But how would I describe this if you wanted to make comparisons to the show? So for me, this is like the Twilight Zone of Marvel stories. It's basically what it is. What if? So it's just like shit that goes on a split idea, or just if Peter Parker never got bitten by the spider, the radioactive spider, and Flash Thompson or Harry Osborn or someone else got bit by that spider and they got the powers versus Peter, and you get to see their journey, or just a short story about how these characters would have coped with getting these powers, or something out of the ordinary that normally didn't happen. So the What If beyond that is actually unlimited short stories that have been told through the publication of Marvel, through the comic books, just giving out those scenarios like what I just gave. So it could be anything you want, or even just a split different decision within the storytelling, just to see how things would have possibly went. So with that being said, this What If series is legitly it goes hand in hand with the MCU. So this is great, especially with coming out of just, the season finale, the season finale of Loki, with all the craziness of what we're probably going to get in this new line of movies and TV series to come, to possibly, most likely, introduce us into the vast, arc of the multiverse and different situations. So this series is really, it comes out on one of the this really comes out the best way it comes, just ramping up right after Loki. So we get to see these multiverse stories in the What If series, which is cool. So I'm gonna get into it. I'm probably gonna do a little bit like this every week on a Wednesday, depending on my schedules. But I'm gonna literally try to stay true to getting these out on a Wednesday, just to add content and do shit like this. As long as the series is up and running for the remainder of how many episodes are left. Maybe 3 episodes if I'm correct. I think 3 or 4. I'm not for sure. I'll check to make sure how many episodes of What If we're getting. So there's 3 episodes out. I'm gonna talk about those 3 episodes and what I think and how I feel about it so far. So the first episode, of course, you get the concept of Peggy Carter becoming kind of not the new not Captain America, but you know, Captain Carter. Basically, she ends up injecting herself or getting injected with the super serum. Serum. Duh, I'm getting a little bit, you know, repetitive on certain words I'm using, but a little nervous. But hey, this is fun. I'm enjoying this. So she ends up getting the serum, and the whole episode is just like what she would have did during World War II with the you know, the jumpstart of Hydra and things like that. And you kind of see what happens to Steve Rogers. So he gets like the first Iron Man suit, which is pretty dope. So it definitely gives a hell of a twist, and it's interesting, and I love it so far. Now, animation wise, I wasn't too up for it at the beginning, but you know, it fits. It fits with the storytelling, and it's vibrant, it's just colorful, and it's just great. And one thing I do like about this series is that a lot of people who acted within the MCU throughout the years as these characters, a handful of them come back. Reasons why certain other characters didn't come back, for instance, like when you watch the episode, it's not, you know, Chris Evans as Steve Rogers or Captain America. It's somebody else. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but that's what episode 1 is mainly brought to. And looking at it, it's fresh, it's fun. Jumping into episode 2, we see T'Challa, basically Black Panther became Star-Lord. That episode was a big meh, but it did take some interesting nods to certain nods, in my opinion, and things that I come contemplating in my head. Like, in an MCU version of Star-Lord, we never did get Peter Quill as basically that royalty type, besides, you know, continuity change because of other things going on back in the day with, you know, certain rights between Fox and Disney for ownership of certain characters. But it was interesting how they decided to make Peter Quill's father Ego, the planet, versus something like his actual father. I forget his actual father name, but his actual father that was royalty, which I think is fun because you look at T'Challa, he's royalty, so he kind of fits that original kind of Star-Lord lore to a point, because I think there's a little bit more history that goes deeper into Star-Lord, but I can't really get into that right now, and this is why I should do my research before I randomly just jump on and make these videos, which it's a lesson to be learned, but hey, correct me, spread the love, let's have a discussion. Hey, I'm a comic book head just as much as anybody else who love these shows, these animation, these video games, anything that revolves around Marvel, DC, or indie comic books as editors per se. So that episode was pretty cool. It was good. It was like beyond a tribute to Chad Roderick on his passing, but it was a feel good episode, and it kind of went on the whole merits of basically, you know, T'Challa's character is basically this leader character besides royalty, and he shows that whole aspect of being a really good leader as he spends his years off in space being part of the Ravagers and changing the whole motif of what the Ravagers were supposed to be besides thieves, space thieves, and etc., etc. And it was nice. You get to see the change of Thanos becoming good, and I wasn't really convincing, but it was interesting. And being part of the Ravagers, along with seeing Nebula with hair and not totally fucking decked out with cybernetics and stuff like that, that was interesting to see. And along with watching the Collector become this Kingpin, because weirdly enough, watching Guardians of the Galaxy, I would basically kind of see him like this Kingpin type-ish character, you know, but they took it up a notch with him, and I enjoyed him as a full-on villain in that episode. And last but least, episode 3. What happened if the Avengers did not become the mightiest heroes? Now that episode, it was one of them what-if stories for me, where it's like, It wasn't needed, but it was interesting and kind of chilling at the same time. And it was pretty dope to see. Oh, spoilers ahead, because I literally just got through watching this episode. So it was cool to see someone literally bump off the Avengers one by one that was on the Avengers Initiative. And it was just this chilling thing. I'm like, damn, dude, this person is legitimately like bumping these people off. And he's like, man, what are we gonna do when we have that invasion with Loki? But this is the fun of the What If series, or book if you're still interested in reading those books or just come across them. And it was pretty dope. You get to see some stuff. A lot of familiar voices came back. Samuel Jackson came back as Nick Fury. I forget the guy that plays, I think Clark Gregg or something like that. That plays Olsen. It was really nice to hear his voice again, or even just have him portray that character of Coulson again. Besides Agent of Shield, and going back to seeing him in the Captain Marvel movie. So that was really fun. Mark Ruffalo comes back as Bruce Banner the Hulk, and it's fun. It was in a chilling episode, but it was also fun to see these people come back doing these voice acting gigs, this gig for the series, and it was cool to actually see Betty Ross. So if you guys don't know, it's basically Bruce Banner's love interest throughout Marvel history, and it was great as General Ross's daughter. But it was great to see her, and the whole big twist of Hank Pym freaking assassinating off Avengers, the lineup for people who were supposed to be the Avengers and they had in mind to be the Avengers. And it was interesting, along with ending the note off with Loki basically teaming up with Nick Fury to help catch Thor's killer, and deciding, you know what, that was fun and all, and good to catch my brother's killer, but I'm gonna conquer Earth. To kind of set that motion in what you would normally still see in a regular MCU version of the Avengers. So that was fun, that was entertaining and cool, and just to know that Cap wasn't around yet, and Samuel Jackson going out to go thaw out Cap for help, and also bringing Captain Marvel to come back. So I hope they do a continuation for some of these what if stories, just to kind of see where these stories go and build up. And if they do, oh man, this is going to be fun, and definitely a ride, a roller coaster you're going to want to be jumping on just to see. So yeah, I'm really not going to give a review of these because the season is not over with, but it's on a solid path and I'm enjoying it. And for people to say, hey, are you Marvel fatigued? No, I'm a comic book head. These are things I've always wanted to see come to light, from TV series to movies. And it's my world, and it's not only my world, but other people's world. And people finally are getting the chance to see the things they love. And it's a beautiful thing. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. So that's it. I don't want to make this into like a whole 20-minute video or hour video, just me rambling on about stuff. But this series, it's entertaining. I can't say it's bad or good completely, but it's very entertaining and interesting, and it's definitely going to keep you hungry until something like Shang-Chi comes out next week, which, if things continue to go well with me and this page and what I'm doing here with Strawberries and Coffee, I'll put up some posts here on Facebook when I go see Shang-Chi in theaters, along with, hopefully, I'll do a spoiler review. Not a spoiler review, but a spoiler discussion about my thoughts on the movie when I go see it next week, Friday or Thursday night. So, anyways, love you guys. Thanks for supporting. If you want to see anything else that we do here on Strawberries and Coffee, check out our YouTube page. Leave a like. Drop that subscription if you want to. But just your views is just more than enough support than anything else. And tell people about Strawberries and Coffee. hey, the more this thing grows, the more contributors come on, and the more quality, the better the quality of these things get. So, hey, love you guys. Thank you. And hey, drop some comments. If you guys are watching What If, let me know what you guys think. And hey, I'll be back next week, Wednesday, to talk about episode 4. Peace. Take care.